earlier this week. Okay, so I need to go here.
And we are audio live.
Okay, let me find the pins, and I will get a new thing. Yeah, they're actually ridiculously shiny. I went into one of the local game stores, and I thought it was the one that my friend had just bought, and I was wrong. So I looked like a complete idiot. Nothing new there. Okay, I have a new phone up for you. I haven't rolled them yet though. So, but I also got like this little guy right here.
I haven't bought a new set of dice in so long.
So like,
which I guess is good for my wallet, because it used to be like I would. So these that I had made for Jubilee, I think it was $120 dice set because they were custom.
oh, I would love to get a custom set of dice for Vantilord.
So I need to not do that a lot anymore.
Yeah, I would love to do that for Vantilord. So this year, for full sets of dice, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I have 10 full sets of dice and like 12 d20s. Okay, let's see how this new shiny click-clack works. 16 on the first roll, not bad. Okay. Let's mute you.
So if you didn't see it, which I wouldn't blame you because I literally just put it there, but today is the Ddescent.
You spelled the Ddescent wrong.
God darn it. Man, I looked that up and everything.
You just added a second D.
How'd I add a second D in there?
Capital D, lowercase d.
Oh, lame-o.
I am not.
I wonder if I can change that midstream.
I'll teach you to laugh at something funny.
Edit. Ddescent. Well, I don't know if that updated it or not,
Yeah,
but
it did.
Sweet.
Yay, as the crowd goes mild. And where's my notes that I just typed? Probably closed because my computer decided to update before stream.
That scares me.
I was able to catch the update about 15 minutes before, so I'll take it. And then I gotta figure out what my week looks. I'm gonna be in Brainerd tomorrow, Rory.
Becca can bring it Tuesday.
Yeah, that should be
Tuesday,
fine.
Thursday work for you?
Yeah, that'd be fine. And I said to her, Emily and her business, with EBSCO moved, so they're up closer to BIR.
Oh, that's where they're at now.
Yeah, so if you look up the old Woodlore Cider,
Okay.
they bought that facility.
Gotcha. Hey, do any of you have exhaustion right now?
I have 3 points.
Oh, that's
my
right.
God, 3.
I forgot about that.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, Katie, but no, out
Yeah,
yourself.
I'm honest.
I know. I'm
All
just
right.
being snarky.
Well, I'm gonna take 3 of these and.
Hey, that's what
We're in danger.
3 straight days of flying does for you.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got there. I mean, I'll let you know. It made a difference for you guys.
We're in danger. Oh. Bring on the chaos.
Well, if you want, let's see. We're sitting at. Oh my goodness, Skylar Juno.
413.
It's gonna drive me insane.
Short drive. I have frequent flyer miles if you have any.
If you want, you can do a quick recap. Tom, buy a little bit of time for Ryder to get here, and then.
Sure.
I don't think
why
we are video live, just FYI.
No, we are not.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
not. But I can do.
I mean, I do
recap
space
of-
slobs out quite a bit, so. I mean, I can move it over. Look at this. I got a screen kind of prepped for this. I've had it for a long time. No,
You have a
not that one. Bam, that one.
You act like we can.
Like you can what?
Ooh, it's looking very.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it though. It's kind of my version of insanity.
I mean, it's like virtual meetings when it first started happening, right on a mass. Like what? How do you put all this stuff together?
Right. So
guess I
last session
could
was kind of
do that.
fun.
Yeah. What happened last session?
Okay, so we started session one day after Matt's attack on the city. Vantalord decided he was going to eat his sorrow and anger away at the tavern. The rest of the group went back to the state that Cedric had reclaimed. Eventually, the group noticed that Vantalord wasn't with them, and they started trying to think of where he could have gone. Also noticed that he's not acting his normal self after the whole deity fiasco. After much discussion, Jubilee goes, I'm going to go talk to him. And Taylor and Cricket are like, well, you've kind of got this patron thing going on, so maybe you can relate to him. Well, obviously that turned into a therapy session between Taylor's real-life personality and Jubilee's personality. And during the conversation, she kind of had this weird flicker of a memory, but it was off in the distance in her mind. And as they continued talking about, like, Vantalord wanting to strive his own path, they started seeing a carving coming into the table that eventually said, of course I love my father. Without him, whom would I strive against? And as this carving is going on, like, it was beginning to be audible. People in the tavern were beginning to notice it. And they were looking around trying to figure out what the noise was. It was not fun. It was cool, but not fun. After this occurred, Jubilee decided that she was going to try to talk to her deity about what she saw with the saying and trying to figure out what my deity was going on with. She saw a vision of a scale in her mind and had like 9 layers, and the 6th of them being shown as being worth more than the rest on the scale. We think that Vantalord's new deity is potentially from the 6th layer of hell. For those that don't know it, eventually we came out to show it was Glacia. After this, Vantalord was like, yeah, I gotta go apologize to the guy at the Arcane Vaults. And then he rejoined the group at the estate, told them what was going on. Group had their long rest, started the second day after Matt's attack. We got the special order stuff from the blacksmith, from Gum Gum. And as we were getting ready to go into the extra large bag of holding, Mother Sarah spoke with Vantalord regarding everything that occurred, saying, hey, if you search for the light, you could potentially re-find it. And she gave him some items to hopefully help with our crazy crew, at least specifically for Vantalord. The men of the group went to the extra large beta of holding. Jubilee rode Cricket, as Cricket was in a giant eagle form, and made a 4-day flight to Devix Pass. We actually landed on day 5 after Matt's attack. Vantalord rode the final day of the journey, so that way he could point out where to land and hopefully find a somewhat safe space. After the group got out of the extra large base holding, the original 3 men of the group saw Devix Pass, but it was nothing like it was a month ago in game. There was no torches, no life, just a really deep, eerie feeling. They saw the red sky, like a red sun rising, all sorts of lava and fire. It was eerie. We finally ended session coming up with a plan of what to do with the Matt's key in case something should happen before we threw the key in the extra large bag of holding. And as we finished the session, the only thoughts going through all of our minds is, did we arrive fast enough?
Yes.
So there we go.
There we go. If any of you notice Ryder hop in, I might not. You guys are likely to notice him first, so just let me know.
I don't know we could even notice that.
I think you guys can. Maybe I just need to wait for this.
I think you would need to make
7.
somebody else co-host for us to.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll watch the bottom of my screen, or if he messages in Discord, like, yo, homies, let me in.
And for rubber ducky.
If it doesn't say yo homies let me in, then I'm not gonna let him in.
Now he just has to.
First.
Now he just has to somehow read our minds and know that the secret code word is yo homies.
Yo homies.
Hey! My mind is like a children's novel.
It's not that simple.
Really?
All right. You guys all have Video Ninja?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep. Yep, we do.
So as you stand in front of the cave entrance, an eerie glowing of green light being cascaded by these blue flames. For Rihu, Vantalord, and Raja, there is a stark resemblance to this place. You definitely recognize it. You recognize the double entrance on this side, one on the other, going into the tunnel, ultimately into Dovik's Pass. But by far, you all definitely notice the changes that have taken place. The infusion of fire into the area. Largely, this used to be covered by greenery, grass, trees. It was a nice, scenic type of place. Granted, there was mining going on, but nature still took place here. Each of you in your own way by far know that this is no longer fully natural. Cricket, you feel an extreme shift in the balance of nature. You feel a heavy weight of it's like a perverted death. It's not just a balance of death and life, but it is an overwhelming, overtaking force of death. Raja, you even feel a bit of a connection. It's not just a matter of improperly placed lava and fire. There's an actual connection that you feel, something in your core that resonates with the infusion of the fire that's here. It is oddly maybe comforting for you, Jubilee. It's not. You know you're walking the veil between the material plane and all the planes that are death. You know you can feel the thinning of the veil here. So as you guys stand outside of the mine, is there anything you want to do, or what do you do? How do you proceed?
Well, I guess since Cricket has never been here before, she would look towards Vantalord and Raja and Rihu. Like, is this what it looked like before, or do you have any idea of maybe what's changed or where we should go next?
This has all changed. The entire scenery. This used to be beautiful mountainside. It was the way that a druid would love to see this type of mountainous scenery. Whoever mined this however many years ago took care not to damage nature. I do know this.
Do you think this is all from Amat then?
I'm certain of it. Because we didn't have any fire, any lava, nothing here. There was no sign of volcano or anything.
Well, I wonder what kind of She must be doing some kind of crazy stuff to the inside of the mountain for it to be reacting like this.
Yeah, that's...
I can feel all of the death here. It feels like it's just under the surface of everything.
I just hope that whatever this Glacia wants with me, she gives me the strength to rid this evil. Because if she wants to be an ultimate evil, I'm guessing she doesn't want Matt to be someone that's stronger than she is. That may seem like a weird thing to request, but...
Well, last time you were here, was there a specific like entrance? Like, I guess what do we think we want to do? Just like walk right in, or are we trying to figure out what's happening inside there before we make a decision, or what are we thinking?
Well, the last time we were here, this entrance was blocked off. I know, talking with Father Samuel, he said that there's two entrances to the mine. One was caved in. We actually came in on the other side, and it had glass bars in front of it. But this one seems to be much more clear, which I can still see through to the light on the other side as I look through the tunnel entrance.
I feel like glass bars wouldn't really be the best option for keeping things out, because couldn't you just break them?
I meant to say steel, not glass.
Oh.
Thank you.
Just
As I
break
say
the
that,
glass.
my brain, you just see Vantalor just kind of sweating, because this place brings back such bad memories for him. You know, and as I'm saying this, I'm like, this is where it all started. This is where we had our first encounter with the Satari. The fact
Well,
that
maybe there won't be another one while we're here at least.
I highly doubt, and as I say that, I'm looking on the outside of the cavern, and I see all the scratching from the Satari. I'm gonna go up and feel one. I'm like, do they feel fresh, or at least newer? You know, where they're not like, they haven't been carved away over the last like 30 days, but they feel like they're, you know, relatively warm, kind of. You know, that weird survival instinct.
Go ahead and do a nature check. Let's go with nature, just as a dwarf and understanding stones.
Yep.
Hey, I'm gonna walk up next to you, Vancelord, when you're doing that, and put my hand on you, because I forget I have this spell all the time, and I'm gonna cast guidance, so you get an extra d4.
Vantalor, don't you have stone cutting as a dwarf? Should be a racial feature, I believe.
I'm pretty sure I do.
So you get some kind of either advantage or a plus something, I think, to any checks that you're making for stone.
Yeah, I do have stone cunning, so
Ooh.
and it's whenever I make an intelligence, I can add my proficiency bonus.
Nature
So,
is an intelligence check.
Yeah, so it'd be a +2 plus the d4. I rolled a 24.
24.
Just a casual
Yeah.
24.
Yeah. There are a couple things you notice. You do notice right next to you. You didn't see him at first with the shadows that were there. Both Cricket, you and Vantalord, you walk up, and as you're feeling the stone, you do even notice a couple eggs sitting right next to the wall. One of them is cracked open. You recognize these to be the Satari eggs. There are two of them still uncracked, unhatched. In the feeling the stone, it's almost like you're one with the stone. Like you feel the vibrations, like reading rings counting rings in a tree. You feel the essence of the rock. Some of them are old. Some of them are from your last time here a month ago. Others are a bit fresher.
As I feel that, if Cricket's still touching me, she'd be able to feel like my skin almost like get covered in goosebumps. You know, that weird twinge that some people have, that shiver down their spine. And I point out, I'm like, those were not here last time.
Hey Tom, you want to go ahead and drop your
Yeah.
other one?
Yep. There you go. They were not here. I almost want to, like, almost to that where I just want to reach out and break them, because I don't want them cracking behind us.
Is that what you do?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and you pick one up. They're easy enough to pick off the ground. They're not attached to anything. Go ahead and roll a strength check to see if you can break it open.
Oh, that's a nat 20 plus 3, so 23.
All right. You grab it, you pick it up, and you slam it against. You, in feeling the stone, you innately felt how it's not even smooth anymore, but it is very rigid and sharp. And you smash the egg against it. It breaks, it opens up, and for whatever it could be called of a yolk or embryo inside of there, it is halfway formed as it hits the ground, and this black ichor of a yolk spreads out as the semi-formed appendages twitch and then come to a stop.
Well, that's one way of dealing with it.
Beautiful expression, Cricket.
And I'm like, the more of these eggs I can break behind us, that's one less thing for it to catch us with our pants down. And I break the second.
All right.
You were a good dice, so I'm gonna put you in a reward spot.
Reward spots.
Aw, that one's only an 18.
18. Same thing. They're not overly hard to break.
Yeah.
They are thicker than a typical egg. However, again, it hits, it breaks, and again, and that stench, that decay and just this rotten, sweet decay smell just fumes out as this time the egg cracks differently, and the black ichor even just runs down, and you can see that it's more of a slime than it is of a liquid as it runs down. And again, you get a little twitch from the few things that are formed, and then even in an not fully formed form, the essence of undeath is still with them as it comes to a stop and dies again.
I have a feeling this is gonna be a long journey to figure out where Matt is at in this cavern, within this old mine. As I say that, I'm gonna sit on the ground cross-legged and I'm gonna take like 30 seconds and just into my thoughts, just go have a quick commune, just whatever this is, just whatever you want from me, just use me. You know, that's what's going through my head. The others don't see it, but I'm just taking that quick, trying to be respectful of Aglacia and what little I know of her.
Go ahead and roll percentile dice. I don't think you have a commune with a commune spell,
No.
but go ahead and roll a percentile as you're trying to reach out to her.
Yeah, I figured as much. Which is weird that a paladin wouldn't have a commune, but being that I was flying, I really didn't get that morning thing. So, oh, that is a D8, not a D10. It's a 6. Where's my D10? Right there. 96.
96.
Hey.
in your attempts to do this subtly, other than the fact you sat down, but you know, you could take a knee for many reasons, or sit down, catch your composure. You try to do this subtly. As you sit down, though, you feel the stone under you. You feel the corruption in the stone, and it almost cements you to the stone itself. As you become very still, everyone, you all see, because it's not just 30 seconds that pass by. It's about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Like, it's that awkward amount of silence when he's not moving and oddly not talking. Vantalord, for you, as you begin to commune, reach out in these attempts, there is a connection that takes place. Within your mind, you begin to hear her voice. As she reaches, and you feel a chill and a strength enter you. And it's enough for you to know that that bond is growing. And she has imbued you and perhaps blessed or cursed you, however you look at that, into going into these next steps. Manifesting in the things that we've talked about.
Mm-hmm.
With that moment passing by, a softness rolls back over your body. And Vanderlord, you think it's only been a couple seconds. And really, it hasn't been much more, just a couple minutes, but it is longer than you thought as you come back to it, as if you had just sat down.
As I open my eyes after getting up, there's just... But anyone that's near me would see almost like a passion. If that makes sense. Well, that was definitely the clearest I've ever felt or heard her. But I think definitely time to end this.
Well, at least for now, it sounds like she's on the same side as us.
Raja's just gonna nod to the group, and then I'll stealthily make my way ahead to kind of scout out what the around the corner and all that whole area looks
Okay.
like. I ain't
Are
gonna go
you
too
are
far.
you not stealthy now, Raja, because you have some new armor?
No, because my ring gives me advantage on stealth, so they cancel out. So I still have plus 13.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. He has advantage
I
with the
love it.
ring, disadvantage with the plate, so he's flat roll with a
Just
plus
a straight
13.
roll, yeah.
Are we thinking that we want to try and maybe sneak in and like not alert everybody in there to our presence?
I would say we should probably be sneaky.
Then
I
I'll
look at
go.
them as I'm wearing plate.
I
As
will.
sneaky as we can be.
I
You'll
will.
just see me scooching.
I will pull out the staff of Whispering Pines. I guess I always have it. And I'm gonna use 2 charges on it to cast Pass Without Trace on all of us. So anybody, if you're within 30 feet of me for an hour, you get an extra plus 10 to any stealth checks. So
The
I
one
would,
in the
I
robot.
imagine thematically it sort of feels like suddenly everything is like dampened a little bit, like like normally where you'd hear like the sound of the stones of us moving under our feet and everything just feels like it's like a little bit dampened, it's a little bit darker.
All right, Vantlord, lowest you can roll is an 11.
Challenge accepted. No.
The only thing Raja can't roll is a 1.
Yeah, essentially.
It's already
I
a
think
plus
the lowest-
23.
Right.
It'd be a plus 24. So the lowest you can technically roll is a 25.
That's
All
insane.
right. So everyone go ahead and roll your stealth checks. Add that plus 10 from that pass without trace. That is a beautiful use of that.
I rolled a 28.
Hey!
I rolled a 16.
Plus 10?
Yeah.
Plus
With
whatever your
advantage.
stealth?
Yep.
Plus whatever your stealth is?
I have
What
plus
is-
0 to my stealth. And I rolled a 6 twice.
I rolled a 6 too.
Oh,
Wait, why? You have advantage on stealth too?
Yeah,
No, I
do.
just also rolled still. Oh, yeah.
2 6s.
so a 29 for Raja, 28 for Vantalord. What in the world?
33, right?
Oh.
What is going on?
33.
With the plus 10? Yep.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all.
know.
Jubilee's the problem now.
I also got a 28.
All right. Well, the collective mass definitely compensates for Jubilee.
Thank
Especially
you.
with all those perfect timing for that, and what a great use of that staff. Raja, you took the lead in moving forward, and that spell is for the next hour, correct? Mm-hmm. That is a long time. All right, Raja, as you begin to move forward, you look around that corner. You see a familiar long tunnel, but it seems different beyond the obvious. You see, go ahead and roll a perception check for the less obvious things.
Oh my goodness, I'm rolling so bad. 2.
Two.
So that's 8.
Okay. So what you do pick up in here is that there are fiery lava flows in the cracks. There's some smaller pools. It doesn't look like at this point it's not like there's a big cavern of lava sitting in front of you, right? There's just cracks just following along the ground or in the walls. Some flames that flicker out from them. Down the hall further, you remember this being distinctly different last time. You do notice an eerie blue and purple haze at the end. There are still some torches in this area, but it seems to descend now versus going straight back like last time.
I'm gonna backtrack really quick. I put Montgomery down before we came in, and I told him if I'm not back by tomorrow, go have a good life.
You are putting him down?
I'm not gonna be the cause of his death.
All right.
Aww.
So you back up a bit and set him into a death-stricken, rock-ridden, flaming landscape and say, good luck.
No, there's a field right outside.
Where?
Aren't we right outside of... Where's the entirety of Dovek's Pass? Just rock
It's-
now.
It's all dead.
Oh, then he's gonna stay in my backpack, actually.
Oh my god. Wow.
I mean,
I thought
he
just the cave was changed.
can probably manage on his own. It's a little hardy mushroom.
Oop.
This party doesn't have mushroom for him.
All right. You take a second look, wanting to take care of him, but you notice that is the case. The landscape has been torched and turned. Everyone else? Raja?
Oh, I'm following right behind him.
Yeah, I think we all would.
I'm
What is the order? Whether side by side, in front of each other, like whatever the case is, what's your guys' order?
I have pretty good perception, so I think it makes sense for me to be a little bit closer to the front, but not the front. Maybe
I do
middle.
not mind being near the back because my perception is good, and also I have a lot of range on my spells, so if something comes up the back, I can get them far away.
Yeah, because I was thinking about being slightly behind to the left of Raja with my hand, on my sword, so that if I need to draw quickly, I can draw but not slice him. That makes any sense.
Yes.
So maybe Vantalord and I are next to each other if there's room for two of us to stand side by side.
And then Rihu, are you following them?
I'll be following, but kind of near the back because in case something comes up from behind us, and our little more of our ranged, friendly people might need some help. So
All right.
I'll stay back there.
All right, the group of you start to, head in.
And I would say as we're walking, Rory, I'm also keeping an eye out, like all around us, since I've never been here before either, for just like observing the whole space that we're in, I guess, and seeing like how the nature has changed this cavern. And like you already pointed out, it feels very unnatural.
Right.
So yeah, just trying to see if I ever understand at any point like why or how to fix it.
All right, absolutely. Yeah, which is just, natural to you, right? Like, things are not in balance right now. When you enter into the hallway, you do notice that it is fairly wide. It's depending on the area, looking down the corridor, you're looking at 10 to 15 feet at any given time. So there is definitely space in here at the time being. Oh my God.
As we go down that hallway, does it look wider than a month ago?
Slightly. There was a little bit more room, a little bit less room last time.
Does it feel like naturally carved out, like somebody did this intentionally, or is it like
Did
a
somebody
creature?
explode it?
Right, or like a creature, there's lots of different ways that like tunnels are formed.
Yeah, there's definitely a collage of ways. Some look more force based, whether that's magic or explosives. Some of it you do see some spots where it just looks like perhaps the ground opened up into more like a cavern type area where it's okay, well, they didn't have to carve that part away, and then they start going at it again. Whether that's a pickaxe. As you start to walk down the corridor, you actually do notice some of those type of mining items. The ones you notice, though, they almost look like they're melted in to the stone. The entrance has kind of a menacing volcanic facade to it. The heat that you feel when you enter this place is intense. You immediately know, even just stepping in here, if you each didn't have that fire resistance that you do, there would be a drastic impact to your well-being. It is immediate, as if you just stepped into a volcano, and then somehow worse than that. This reassures you, Raja. This is that connection. You recognize this type of heat. Hot embers fall like ash from different parts of the ceiling. Not so much that you have to worry about it, but you see that it is very much ingrained into the very environment. Each of you now, as you're entering in, you see these small lava flows that are following various cracks. And like I had mentioned, those tools, the ones that are still there, are melted. The metal has melted into the stone. everyone begins to move forward.
We don't hear or see any other people or creatures or anything. It's like pretty empty. Great question. Go ahead and roll a perception. If you have advantage on hearing, go ahead and roll that because it's more hearing based that you're trying. Seeing wise, you don't see anything. I don't know why I would have advantage on hearing. I don't think I do. Okay. Oh, a natural 20.
Natural 20.
I do have plus. I will say I have -3 right now because I'm exhausted. But I do also have +7 to perception. So you do with that what you want.
All right. At first, you're not sure if it's an illusion, like a play of your mind because you are tired. The heat seems to have kind of woken you up a bit. And everyone, you start to see Cricket as she tips her head in a very familiar, kind of animal instinct kind of way. She's listening and listening. And you hear this, like these whispers. And almost like voices of spirits, maybe? Some kind of vocalization, something that seems to run across the walls in this unnatural way. But you can't make out what they're saying.
Does it sound like it's like moving past us or just like all around us?
It seems to be centered on a point that is constantly moving.
I'll just like kind of whisper to everybody, y'all, I don't know what it is, but there's like some creepy whispering spirits I'm picking up on. Just,
How do you know it's spirits?
I don't know, it just sounds like there doesn't sound like there's like physical forms moving. It just sounds like voices.
Well, let's see.
They kind of seem empty and hollow. They seem to have wisps of air with them, but no form to them.
Just keep your wits about you. I don't think we're alone. Not that we ever thought we were.
As she says that, I just keep my hand on my sword, but I grip it just a little tighter.
As each of you begin to get a bit deeper in here, everyone go ahead and roll a perception check.
$18.
All right.
Dirty 20.
All right.
3.
Cricket, could you tell how far away like you were listening through the stone?
They were like going past us, like all around us, but moving.
Like with this dice tonight, rolled 23 by the way.
I want to use this thing I have, but I don't know if it's relevant to the situation right now, so I don't know if I want to waste it.
So there was, I think only 3 of them came in. 23 for Rihu. 3 for
dirty
Vandalord.
20.
Dirty 20 for Jubilee.
10 for me.
10. Raja. You're muted.
We can't hear you. I mouth read 16 or 18.
2.
Second one, 18.
18. Can you hear me
Oh,
now?
you must rock at charades. Yes, we can hear you now. Yep,
Oh, I had to
18.
mute and then unmute myself.
All right. So Vandalord and Cricket. Cricket, you had a 10 with your -3.
Yeah.
Okay. So the two of you don't pick up on this. The other ones, Raja, Jubilee, and Rihu, the three of you do pick up on it. As you're walking by and getting further down this corridor, as you're looking at those various different pickaxes and shovels and tools that have essentially melted and molded into the stone very clearly from the heat being so intense in this area, you see on the wall to the right these like scratch marks in the wall. Looks to be large, not human kind of scratch marks, right? It's not small fingernails. It looks like some kind of larger either nail or claw. You see these marks that go down. And they cross over this symbol that that you've seen over the course of time, especially with your interactions with at Northern Lights, working with the stronghold up there. You see as the symbol on the wall of a healing hand, right? So you got this healing hand symbol on the wall and these scratch marks that go over it. That symbol very clearly associated with the Pale Theocracy. As these scratch marks are going across it, and below it, it says Jack.
Like Satari scratch marks or just scratch marks?
Not Satari scratch marks. Like a hand of sorts that has scratched over this symbol. Go ahead and do it. Everyone, if you want, anyone who wants to, can go ahead and roll a nature check.
Well, normally I'm not good at those, but I got a 19.
All right.
Being that I didn't see the scratch marks, I'm not gonna roll.
Well, I mean, unless you guys pointed it out. If you guys pointed it out to everyone, then go for it. If not, make a choice. Who? Anyone else roll?
I did
Did
roll
they point it
17,
out? Because I didn't
but I don't
see
know.
it.
Yeah.
So Rihu, Raja, Jubilee, you guys all saw this.
Okay.
So the three of you,
17.
17, 18, Raja.
Well, I got an unnatural 1, so I didn't see it even if I was looking straight at it.
All right. Well, you saw it. So you saw it. This one is understanding what it is. So Raja, you begin to ask, what kind of marks these are. Rihu and Jubilee, though, the two of you are able to identify that these are orc markings. Ooh. So an orc hand that had just angrily scratched across this symbol that was on the wall.
Is it common for orcs to be around here, Bantalord?
Well, being that Matt, when we last saw her, and actually right when you joined the party, Julie, she was with some orcs. So I'm guessing they probably are here. But I don't think they'd be here normally.
I'm just wondering what they're doing down here.
Well, again, based on what I saw when we first fought a Matt on that tower, I bet you they're trying to protect her, almost acting like bodyguards.
Do you guys continue to press forward?
Yeah.
I'm gonna advise
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. As you push a bit more forward, clearly, unless you tell me otherwise, assumingly walking around the lava, not through the lava.
No, right through the lava.
Directly through it. All the through it.
As you begin to move forward, the ground slopes down more and more and more, clearly descending deeper and deeper. It's at this point, not overly deep, but clearly there has been a descent that has taken place. The sounds, those whispers, the even the air begins to heat up immediately where you're at right now. It intensifies and intensifies.
It's really hot.
I take it. I grab my bottomless mug. I'm like, keeping my beers warm.
Ew. So if it didn't already taste like pee, then when it's warm, it's even
Ugh.
worse.
Yeah.
So now you have an angry dwarf with warm beer. Just so you know.
That sounds so gross.
As Vandalord checks his warm ale, you hear the
Oh no, it's the
It's the battle music. Stop
battle
it.
music.
you hear this loud explosion take place as I confuse all my buttons.
How many buttons? All the buttons.
All of them. There we go. Back. Okay. You hear this loud eruption, this explosion. Those whispers come to a quick halt as you don't hear them any further, and instead they absolutely surround you.
Oh,
What?
They within 10 feet of us, but like before this.
What is this? I hate it.
As in the midst of all of you, this fire elemental fires out from within the wall,
Uh-oh.
immediately consuming the area. Go
Was it
ahead.
like in the wall, or was it just hiding in the wall?
Raja, go ahead and roll a
'Cause I have
history.
the blind sense.
Let's just go. Oh. Roll a history check. That is an interesting point.
History. I got an 11, which means. Where's history? 10.
Okay. You know that fire elementals. This isn't hard for you because it is where you're naturally from. You know that fire elementals can hide, whether it be in any form of fire, whether that be lava, fire itself, anything like that. They can mask themselves. They can crawl through these spaces. I didn't think about that blind. You said blind sight, right?
I have blind sense, yeah.
Blind sense. So I believe for you.
But like if it's behind a wall or pretending to be a torch, that'd be different. Because yeah, there'd be
Sure.
a torch there.
Potentially, and I just measured, so it would have been, that's only 10 feet. So it would have been just outside of that 10-foot range, like literally just outside of the 10-foot range for you.
Okay.
So go ahead and everyone roll initiative.
We're doing
And
individual initiative now?
we've been doing it for a little while now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got another 19.
Oh yeah, because I remember I was wishing that I didn't get rid of my alert feed after the first couple games.
Right.
Hey Studley, are you keeping track of initial order, or do you need me to?
Oh man, if you can do that,
Oh,
that'd be
yeah.
helpful.
I got
Alright.
15.
Right, give me a second. I gotta pull up paper.
While he does that, the elemental will get a surprise attack on everyone, or he'll get a surprise attack on whomever.
What?
As he
Oh, no way. What?
fires, as he pushes out or blasts out from the wall, he is going to take his hit on the center of the group, getting Cricket and Rihu. He will make he has a multi-attack, make 2 touch attacks. So his first attack will be on Cricket. Man, I'm doomed.
Oh, succeed.
I have a
It
very low
is
AC.
does a 10 hit?
No, not
Okay.
that low.
You feel the power of that fire-resistant item on you just repel the attack as it misses. Rihu.
Wow, the rope was good for something.
Oh, there you go. You pull it over you. It protects you.
What kind of attack is it?
Oh.
He is trying to strike you, Rihu,
Okay.
with his flaming hand as he tries to reach over and give you a good old slap. That is a 17 to hit.
That does hit.
That does hit. All right. So that will be 10 points of fire damage, right? And I believe you have a heat fire resistance also, right?
I do.
So 10 reduced to 5. I'll always give you the full damage, and then you guys just go ahead and reduce it. So 10 points of fire damage, and then if the target is a creature or a flammable object, it ignites until the creature takes an action to douse the fire. So you have cloth on you, correct? Or flammable items?
Leather.
Okay, so you'll take half damage, so you take 5 damage. However, you are on fire until you take an action or someone takes an action to put that out.
Okay.
With that, go ahead, now that I'm sure Tom is ready, go ahead and give your
Yes.
initiative.
I've already got Raja's. Jubilees, what's yours?
19.
19. Rihu.
14.
14. Cricket.
13.
And Fire Elemental.
Fire Elemental is 16.
16. Okay, so the order will be Jubilee. It'll be the Fire Elemental. It will then be Raja, Rihu, Vantalord, and not Vantalord. Vantalord's last with an 11. It'll be Cricket and then Vantalord. So I will send that in our chat. I'll call
Here.
it out. So, but either
Jubilee,
way,
Fire Elemental.
and then
Then what?
Raja, Rihu, Cricket, myself.
Raja, Rihu. Cricket.
Then Vantalord. Hey, you got the initiative working. Go you. I'm proud of you.
Except that Vantalord is buried by a fire elemental. Apply. Okay, we'll get you tucked in there. So you are Vantalord, you're after who? Cricket?
Yep.
Okay, so Jubilee, you are up.
Okay, we're gonna try something new today. I've never used this before. I
You're telling
am
the jokes?
not well. I am going to cast Spirit Shroud as a bonus action. And I'm choosing cold damage with that, so any hit that I make does an additional 1d8 cold damage against anything that I hit for a full minute of attacks. And I am going to cast my double Eldritch Blast.
Alright.
I don't have disadvantage because I don't have to do that anymore because I'm a spell sniper. That first one to hit is a 25,
25 hits.
and the second one is a 27.
27 also hits.
Okay, so that's going to be 12. So that's 12 points of force damage, and also then an additional 7 points of cold damage.
So 19 points. 12 and 7. Okay.
That's correct.
All right. Anything else for you? Any kind of movement?
Oh, if I move, it's going to get an opportunity attack, so I'm gonna hang out here and hope for the best.
All right. Let's see here. So, the elemental is going to shift slightly. Not out of Raja's range or Vantalord's. However, his massive form does now. He is able to move in and out of the space of other people without being encumbered. Stop there. The first time enters the creature's space on return. So the three of you, Jubilee, Rihu, and Cricket. Let's see here. Enter the hostile creature's space and stop there. The first time it enters a creature's space on a turn, that creature takes damage, fire damage, and catches fire. So the three of you are going to take, again, I'll give you the full amount. So 7 points of fire damage. So 3 points of fire damage, round down. 7 points of fire damage, and you, the three of you, are now also on fire. So again, unless you or someone else puts that out, you're on fire, and you'll continue to take damage each round that you're on fire.
That included me, right? You said me?
Yep.
Yeah, who are the three?
Right.
Jubilee, Rihu, Cricket. You all took a total of 3 points of fire damage and are on fire.
Ow!
He begins to, you see his body form, his arms almost look like they go in his body and back out as they're forming all over the place like wisps of flames, and he's gonna call out, "Who are you and who do you find your allegiance with?" As he then takes 2 more swipes right in front of him, and the one that just took an attack on him, he's going to unleash both attacks on you, Jubilee. As
I can tell you what, I'm with the Raven Queen, and she definitely doesn't want you to put me on fire, please.
12 and 13.
Yep, those are both hit.
Yep. I don't recognize that as a queen. And he slaps you both times, hitting you, just striking you with this barrel of flames, consuming your body as you take...
Oh no, this is probably gonna be bad.
6 points of healing. No.
19 points of fire damage.
Oh,
Reduced
boy.
in half, so that would be a 9.
9, yeah.
9 points of fire damage.
That could have been so bad.
And he will hold his position there. So let me read this out, because otherwise I'm going to forget. In addition, the elemental can enter a hostile creature space and stop there. The first time it enters the creature space on a turn, the creature takes fire damage and catches fire. That's what just happened. Until someone takes an action to douse that fire, the creature takes more damage at the start of each of its turns. The whole area around you is extremely bright right now, as you could probably tell. There's a little bit of information I'm not going to share with you there.
Oh, good.
Okay. And then this is important for me. Okay. Go ahead. So that takes us to Raja.
Raj is gonna shout out in Ignan, just like, "You're better than this, stooping so low to serve such a poor master." And then I'm gonna attack him with my Frostbrand dagger.
Damn,
That one has
Raja.
cold damage.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. And then, is there advantage on that too?
You have advantage for the fact that every one of your companions is around in this thing.
So I got 19 to hit.
19 hits.
And then does that include sneak attack too then?
Yeah, you get it as long as you have advantage, right?
Yes.
I gotta check what that is though. So I'm gonna roll the cold damage
Okay.
because I don't know if that has a factor.
Right.
D6. So I got 5.
Okay.
And then regular dagger damage. I got 4, so that's 7 regular damage.
Okay.
5 cold damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2. So 11 sneak attack damage.
Total of 23 damage then with cold wrapped in that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll make any adjustments needed. When you shout out to it about this statement that you make, and especially it being an Ignant, Jubilee, its face is staring at you as suddenly it's like its head rolls inside of it, and suddenly the face is right in front of you, Raja. As the flames engulf themselves and the face appears on the other side, you see a instant of recognition. Even though it's flames, again, this is a very familiar creature to you. And it seemed to have recognized the language you used. Clearly, it recognized the language you used. As it again shouts out in a quick moment, "Who is it that you find your allegiance?" It's a wisp of heat and flames in the essence of these words.
I'm gonna say, what's her name? The Sultan of the fire plane. It's on my tattoo notes. I got it somewhere, unless
it's
I burned
Azera.
it.
Azera.
It's actually such a weird name.
Azurera. We got that in session 44.
There it is. Yes. I will say that name.
What
Can
is
you
it?
pronounce it for me one more time? How would you say that?
I would say it's Azura.
Sure.
I wrote that really wrong then, because I wrote it as a like I put R-U-R.
Fantasy names, they always make sense, right? All right, so you say Azra? Or what do you say, Raja?
The great master of the plane of fire, Azura, my one and only leader.
Okay. Are you
I
trying...
say it all in Ignan though.
Absolutely. Are you trying to use a bit of diplomacy type of... Are you trying to negotiate this, or are you trying to intimidate it, or what essence are you taking to this?
Would it be... Intimidation?
It could
You
be.
don't, you
Because
don't
that's
actually
like,
serve her, right?
what's that?
I said you don't actually serve her, right?
But I said it in ignorant because I didn't want you guys to think that I did serve her.
Ah.
So you could use deception
I just-
in attempts to deceive, or you could use intimidation, like, why are you even questioning me? This is who I serve. Like, it depends on how
Yeah.
you want to approach it.
Well, I'll do the intimidation one then.
Okay. Go ahead and roll intimidation then.
I like that Raja's just having this whole conversation in a language we do not understand.
24.
Just yelling at
24.
him.
And I don't know that any of you have heard him speak Ignorant before. As he,
Raja's so stupid, but he can speak so many languages.
as he mimics this wispy type of a language. It doesn't even have that, as I mentioned before, it doesn't have that volume or the density that a human's voice has. It just wisps like flames. As he says this back, you see the fire elemental. Raja, this is something you specifically recognize, especially as its face is right in front of yours. There is recognition in what you say. Whatever that means long term, there is recognition in what you say. Anything else for your turn?
Well, ultimately, looking at the overall picture, I think it'd be better for me to save my action surge and all that. So that will be all.
All right. Okay. That takes us to.
Oh, actually,
What's
sorry.
up?
I'll use my bonus action with my Frostbrand dagger to expel all non-magical flames within 30 feet of me. I can do that once per short rest or long rest. What does it say? Once a day, actually. So that would put out all my friends. That they don't have to do it.
Oh. Very, very smart. That was actually pretty cool. I did not know where you're going with that. Yes, suddenly, Jubilee, Rihu, Cricket, Vantalord.
I don't have any cloth on. I'm not on fire.
I didn't call you out yet, did I? 1, 2, 3.
No.
Well, all y'all that have fire on you, suddenly you see it. The fire is gone. Your clothes slightly singed in the couple seconds that they were lit ablaze, but they go out. All the light from the lava even dims. However, it keeps pushing out, so it still remains some glow. But the initial use of this magic from Raja dampens it all for a good minute, for a few seconds, whatever. That was pretty cool. Okay, anything
I feel
else?
so much better.
Is that it, Raja? All right, Rihu, you're up. Rihu, you are between the elemental itself and the wall. You're right over here.
Yes, and I am going to. Sorry, I've been going back and forth with how I'm going to react to this, and it wasn't quite settled yet. I think I am going to disengage
Okay.
to the side because it's just a bad position to be between the wall, and also I just don't feel like I can do much damage to this guy with my particular types of attacks.
Are you trying to just? Are you trying to go deeper or further towards the entrance? Like, which way are you trying to go?
Towards the entrance from where we came.
Okay.
Correct, because I know that should be safe.
And how far back are you wanting to go?
I'm gonna go 10 yards.
All right. You back up. You use your action to disengage, or your?
I would use my action.
All
correct.
right. All right. You carefully back up. not taking an attack of opportunity, you move back those 10 feet. Anything else?
No, this is a very bad example of what I can help with too much here. So, no, nothing I can do at this time.
All right. Quickly, Rihu bounces back. Jubilee, you see him start to head towards the entrance. And it is Cricket's turn.
Does he look like he's as aggressive or more aggressive or less aggressive after his conversation that we can't understand?
Roll a insight at disadvantage.
Ooh, disadvantage of -3. This is gonna be a quality.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
7.
7. This being is so foreign to you. It's hard even to get a complete bead on his face. Like, clearly you see it from time to time, but it's very, to play with words, very fluid.
Okay. Then I will... I am actually going to cast as a bonus action Shillelagh on my Staff of the Whispering Pines.
Okay.
And I don't know how successful this is gonna be because it's like fiery creature, but I'm gonna try and hit him
Okay.
with my staff.
Absolutely.
We shall see.
We shall see.
It technically is magical, so
Absolutely.
maybe that's helpful. That was a horrible roll. I'm sure this does not work. Yeah, that is only an 11 to hit.
11 doesn't. You think you hit it, but it's actually just the wisps of the flames that are coming off of it. You get close, but you don't get it.
Okay. And then actually I'm going to move. I know it will provoke an opportunity attack, but I'm gonna try and do the same thing that Rihu just did, and I would like to move away because he's very hot, not in a good way.
Are you moving deeper in?
No.
Are you moving towards the entrance?
Yes.
Okay. So to get over by Rihu, you're looking at 20 feet. Are you wanting to go further, or you want where should
just
you go?
out of the range of this fiery presence so that I don't catch on fire again.
Okay. And correct, that will provoke an attack of opportunity. As you pass through the edges of his flames as they're flickering, he feels you pass by and takes a swipe at you. With a 16 to hit.
That does.
I'm gonna call. I've got a protection. It says while wielding a shield, which I am. A creature you see attacks another creature within 5 feet. I can use my reaction to impose a disadvantage on their attack roll.
Okay. $11.
That does not.
Does not.
Thanks, Lord.
Like you're flaming, you're fanning the flame with your shield, and it just confuses him. He misses Cricket. Instantly, the face right in front of Vantalord, clearly defined features as it turns to you after distracting it. Anything else, Cricket?
That's all my things.
All right, Vantalord, you are up.
I'm looking at square in the face and I go, "You're a creature of hell. Glacia wants you gone." And I'm gonna use my bonus action first, and I'm gonna cast Thunderous Smite. which you and I both know that this now, instead of doing thunder, is necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then that'll take effect on my first melee hit. So I'm just gonna cast that guy.
Also, that move that you used just now, Vantalord, did that take anything from you or no?
Nope, that was strictly reaction.
Okay, so you get your reaction back. Great thematic play. It sticks. You get your reaction back because he already used his reaction on Rihu. So he wouldn't have been able to attack you anyways. He's used his reaction for the round. Right? That's how that works, right? So the
Did
reaction...
he attack Rihu?
He tried to. I want to say he tried to.
I thought Rihu disengaged.
He disengaged. You're right. You're right. So that all did take place. So your reaction is used up, Vantalord.
But now he's used his reaction if anybody else wants to leave.
Which
Yes.
is fine because I'm the bottom of the round. I'm the bottom of the round of combat.
Oh, yes, you are. But it is good to remember those little
Yes.
nuggets.
Right. So I cast the Thunderous Smite.
Yep.
On my first melee hit, it's going to do necrotic damage instead of the thunder damage,
Yep.
which the others have not seen yet. I rolled a 18 plus 7, so a 25.
25 to hit?
Yes.
Yes, that hits.
On my first attack.
Yep.
And the nice thing is that this takes effect every time I attack, so have fun with that. Let's see here, and 1d8 plus a 4 on the sword. On the sword is 12 points of damage, and then on the first attack, and then for the Thunderous Smite, it's going to be 2d6 of necrotic damage. For a whopping 8 points of damage on the first attack.
Okay. So for a total of 20 on that.
Mm-hmm. Second one, come back around for the other direction. I rolled a 13 plus 7, so a dirty 20.
That hits.
Okay. 9 points of damage from the sword,
Okay.
and 7 points of necrotic damage.
Total of 16. Again, your hits land. Each time you hit, you strike. Each time you strike, you feel this intense heat pour back at you. And the first time, you will take 9 points of fire damage, reduced to 4.
Okay.
For the second one, 10 points of fire damage, reduced to 5.
Okay, so I look at it and laugh.
Okay. And is there anything else to your turn?
No,
No?
I just laugh at it.
Okay. With its face facing you, you feel this heat pour out of its artificial mouth. Again, just this time in Ignan yelling out, "Who do you serve?" And you see wisps of it as it begins to kind of become almost like it's smaller, but not smaller, just a little bit more translucent. You can almost see your companions on the other side of it. And it is Jubilee's turn.
Okay. I don't want to waste a spell slot.
And
so
you
I
are
am-
right up in it.
I know. It's not a good situation for me.
You can leave.
Oh, it's taken damage. So I am going to let's try Toll the Dead. He has to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Wisdom. 7.
Okay, so that's gonna fail, so it's gonna be a d12.
Oh man.
So that's 10 points of necrotic damage, and then I get to roll my d8 and 6 points of cold damage from that other spell I have up.
Okay. It is, and it moves back slightly. He's still within his spot, but you can see this more volatile reaction that it's having.
Yeah, I would like to back up just like a little. I only have 30 feet of movement, so that's as far as I can go. But I will back up 30 feet.
30 feet?
I just really don't want him to punch me anymore or set me on fire.
Oops. Okay. You back up significantly further than the others. Anything else to your turn?
Nope, that was my action, my bonus action, my movement. I did all the things.
All right. In a final statement, its head faces you, Raja, is clearly the one that understands it the most, and says, "You have failed." As it will attempt to make its way back into the wall, shifting its body, shifting and becoming like a fluid stream of fire, merging into the lava and the flames in the cracks of the wall. This will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yay.
By Vantalord and Raja, if the two of you want to.
Oh, I am
Actually, undo. Not doing that. You'll still get that. What it will do though, before it does that, is it will shift its body this way, crossing through each of your spaces, igniting both of you on fire.
I don't have cloth. I'm not on fire.
Anything on you flammable?
No, I'm
You
wearing
don't need
plate.
cloth to be caught on fire. Like
Are
you're
you flammable?
a person. Your
Are your
backs are made of
beard
metal.
flammable? Your bags? What holds your metal together?
Good point.
Are you wearing chainmail on your direct skin?
I'm wearing plate. But
Are
yeah,
you
that's
wearing
a good
plate
point.
on your direct skin?
And
You're
cloth
wearing
under
underwear,
that?
like nothing.
That's fair enough.
Just,
So-
I'm made of metal.
You're terrible. Tin Man. Dun, 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 dun.
And if there wasn't anything to burn, would it melt your skin? Because
Basically, it's heat metal,
right?
right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
would you
true.
rather have that?
So each of you will start on fire as it passes through your space and then tries to merge into the floor and the walls. But both of you do still get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, I am totally taking that. Okay.
Oh, would that count as a melee attack, or is that just a passive thing?
When he does that, it's just passive. It's just because a big ball of fire surrounded you.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Well, I rolled my first nat 20 of the night.
Nice.
That's good. You're going right there. And I'll save you for after break. And to confirm, rolled in 17.
17 hits.
So that was the confirmation of the 20. So
Oh, yes.
this year 4 plus 4, so 8 points of damage from my sword, and the 2d6 of necrotic damage of 8 more. 16 points of damage total.
And you had a natural 20?
Yep.
And what did you use?
My sword
Your sword. Your sword.
with the necrotic damage.
Go ahead and roll
Go
a. So that's. Sorry, you said 16 points?
Yes.
Another 16 points of damage from you. Go ahead and roll a D100 also. And Raja, what did you roll?
Let's pull you out.
I rolled a 19 because there's still advantage on this.
Yep.
Or no?
Yep, you guys are all surrounded.
Then yeah, I got a 19, or else I got a 3.
90 and a 0, so 90.
90, okay. And Raja, you hit. What damage did you do?
You want me to roll that now or after you tell fans?
Roll your damage.
Okay. So normal damage is 4 plus 12, so 16 normal. And 4 cold.
So 20 points of damage for you. All right. Yep.
Oh wait, this is just a reaction, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Which means I can't take my second attack on it, so.
Right. All right. And Vantalord, with your natural 20, you guys just piled on the damage at the end. Go ahead and roll 3d6.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The rest doesn't apply to this creature. So go ahead and roll 3d6.
6, 11.
11.
Just FYI, Rory.
Yeah.
I took fire damage before, and I did not roll a concentration check to see if I maintained passive without trace.
Oh, yep.
Actually, I guess I don't really know. I did not cast the spell. The staff did? Or maybe...
Is Patch Without Trace a concentration?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
But I'm still... I just read the description of the staff, and I'm still casting it. I'm just, like, casting it through the staff.
It's like a focus, yeah.
Spell slots. But anyways, I rolled a 14, so I did maintain it.
Perfect. Thank you.
For transparency.
Yep, thank you. So as it begins to move, even as it is within the circle of all of you, as it became a bit more translucent, clearly losing some of its form, losing some of its strength, trying to make an escape, it passes through Vantalord and Raja, setting the two of you on fire. However, you taking advantage of the opportunity, taking your swings of various forms of damage already inflicted on this creature, from regular to necrotic to magical to cold, and just pounding it, especially at the end. You see as it's making its shift in through the air into the wall, as it screams an essence of failure, of this just screeching high-pitched sound as it dissipates before it can enter into additional forms of fire.
Putting down my bag before Montgomery dies.
So you quickly pat yourself out.
I don't know if I catch on fire. Like, how would that work?
I mean, you're close. Yeah, I don't know. Not ultra realistic, right? Like, your clothes are flammable, yet not
With the
flammable.
fire resistance.
Yeah.
So if it didn't do enough damage to burn me, would I still technically be
Well, the
fine?
damage, if you would have continued to stay on fire, you would have taken damage.
No, I mean with the resistance and then my 5 points of negated damage.
Right.
I think normally fire damage is only 1d6, so probably you wouldn't really take it.
Not much of anything. You would have healed from it. Your clothes would still catch fire, though, right? Like a backpack, things like that are still flammable, even though you
that's why
have
I'm
resistance.
putting it out before.
Yep.
Montgomery's burned
Yep.
a lot.
So you
I don't have
quickly
to eat him.
pat yourself out. Vantalord, you doing the same?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You just see it
Raja,
warp
what
and
was-
stop, drop, and roll.
Raja, what was it that I've never heard you speak in that sort of language, or I don't even know what sounded like you were trying to communicate with it.
Oh, that's just my native language,
What did it say?
and they're from my plane
Or what did
or
you say?
area. What did I say? That's a great question.
It was approximately 6 seconds ago.
I told it that I served the Sultan of the Elemental Plane to try to scare it into just leaving us alone. Because she's really strong.
I wonder, do we think that that creature had any sort of connection to Amat, or was it just because, like, there's been some sort of bridge formed between here and the elemental plane? Like, is that the sort of thing that you see in the elemental plane
Could
of fire?
I roll a history check on, like,
is that just like a natural thing that occurs in your homeland?
well, I guess I don't know. If Amat has something to control the fire elemental, then it didn't really have a choice. Otherwise, it just happened to come here and just made a home here because it would have had no way back. But I don't think they typically try to leave the elemental plane of fire.
I just wonder
If I recall correctly, I actually have no clue. I'm just saying all this stuff and hoping it sounds correct.
I mean, we don't know where. I'm just wondering if, like, maybe all the fact that there's this lava everywhere and it's freaking hot in here and there's this elemental fire creature, do we think maybe there was some sort of, I don't know, like, connection or bridge or something between the elemental plane of fire and here that was maybe part of this ritual?
I mean, maybe. He said something about us. Wait, what did he say? After I told him who my master is. Who's not actually my master. But I'm asking the DM this question. Because I'm pretty sure he said it in ignorance, so nobody else would know anyway. But he did. Did he say anything?
It was a face of recognition. Like he recognized the name you said.
No, Rory,
Now
I
he's
think
probably gonna go
Skylar
back
doesn't
now.
remember what the
The fire element.
elementals said to him before when he said, like, who do you serve? I think that's what you're referring to, Rory, or Skylar, right?
Like after. I thought he said something, but I guess he just recognized the name. Because then he said something about failure. Like just a little bit ago.
I mean, if I recall correctly, you said that he recognized the
And
name.
it's just a look.
Yep. And then Vantlord had an interaction with him. And then he came back to you, Raja, and said that basically you failed to say who you... Like, this, I don't recognize it in that way. Like, you have obedience to the wrong person. You failed. And he left.
Then I'm guessing, I'm gonna say with that conclusion, they're probably a Matt or whoever they are serving has some item to control it.
Well, it's probably not the only one here.
It's like genies. Whenever you see them, someone usually has control over them, but like on the elemental plane, they're just running free.
But the fact that they're here means somebody probably brought them here.
I'd guess so. Or if they did not bring them directly, they have some purpose for them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we don't really have any other choice but to keep going. Does
I
anybody...
guess that probably would have been the quietest battle we've ever had, because we were just slashing through fire. There's no weapons clanging.
Quietest battle.
Like, we can still keep our stealth up.
Pass Without Trace is still up, so like even if we did make noise there, if we moved past wherever, technically we still have that extra bonus. Also, I don't know if you saw Jubilee Minda redeemed restore PC health.
Oh,
Oh, thank you so much.
I was advocating for you a little bit.
I didn't take that. I mean, I'll take it.
I thought you took more damage than I did, so I was like, yeah, you're a little squishy.
all right. How do you guys proceed?
I'm gonna follow. Say if Raja's still taking away, I'm gonna be right off his back, left-hand side
I'm
with
just
that
gonna,
same posture.
fall into the same formation we were in, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Raja,
rolling.
what is your approach moving forward?
Probably just gonna go to the mouth. But stay on the right side so that them. What are those? Just stalactites? Or
Just rock with picks in it. Some lava flow
no,
that you see
ahead of
down.
us.
You see walls in front of you with this
Well, then
eerie glows.
I'll go to the wall area. But I'll be watching for openings on the way, and then if there's no openings on the sides, then I'll be behind the wall. So that
Okay.
if something were to like shoot through the main hole,
Yep.
it wouldn't hit me.
All right.
I will be avoiding the lava.
Floor is lava.
So
Floor is lava.
literally, it finally came true.
My childhood dreams are finally true.
Raja, go ahead and roll a perception check.
17 perception.
Perception. As you're moving forward, is 23. Perfect. I'm sorry. Make that investigation.
Oh,
Yeah. I looked at it wrong.
can I use the same roll?
Yeah, use the same roll, just add the different modifier.
I said 23, so I rolled a 17, so that means 16.
Okay, perfect. Still works.
You have a -1 to investigation.
Yeah, and I have +6 to perception.
So, as you're going through, you do see that there are. You don't even move very far as you begin to see a change in different spots of the floor. What looks to be.
Like trap.
Yep, it looks to be some pressure plates.
Step on them. Just kidding. I'm not doing that. I will point them out to people.
Okay. For the rest of you, if you so choose, go ahead and make an acrobatics check
Ooh.
to see, as Raja is clearly pointing out where these handful of pressure plates are.
I don't know what is going on with my dice tonight, but it's another 19.
I rolled a 13.
Okay.
I'm gonna really focus and I'm gonna cast guidance on myself since I'm really exhausted. So I'm trying to take a deep breath before I have to jump on the right tiles here. That's an 11, even with guidance.
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
And Rihu.
8.
So there's an 8. Who had the 11? Vantalord?
Me.
No,
Me.
Cricket. Vantalord, you had
13.
13. All
We
right.
set them all off. Every single one of them.
Vantalord, Cricket, and Rihu. If you'd please make a dexterity saving throw. As your foot lands, it's one of those moments when you feel and see your body doing it and you cannot pull back. As you hear clicks into place. Cricket.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you
It's a
get?
2.
2.
Guys, I'm
Vantalord.
really tired.
Vantalord, natural 1 or reduction to natural 1? Okay.
Flat +0 on everything dex.
Rihu.
22.
22. Rihu, you hear it click, and it's like jumping poles. It's second nature. You just, and you move off of it. Unfortunately, moving off of it cleared the area for a second direct blast onto Vantalord. As these fiery vents, like volcanic vents, become visible once these pressure plates are touched, as this hot steam and volcanic pressure blasts out. Vantalord, with your natural 1, you will incur 2 of these. Ooh. Sorry, guys.
It's never good when the DM
Not
rolls
good.
damage
It's
and goes,
really,
ooh.
really not good.
Here's the sad thing is, so like everyone within 10 feet of me would have gotten a +2 on any saving throw. I still rolled a nat 1, so I would have rolled a 3. So I'm sorry, guys. Which
So,
technically, wait a second. That 13 in acrobatics check? No, that's not a saving throw. Never mind.
Cricket,
Never mind.
Yeah.
you take you guys have a saving grace in this. 6, 12, 22, 25 points reduced because of fire damage, reduced because of your cloak. So 12 points of fire damage. Vantalord. Oh my goodness, how sad. This is whatever, screw you guys.
Did you?
Vantalord, getting blasted by 2 of these things. You take 5, 10, 15, 20, 26, 29 reduced to 14.
14.
15. 14.
Yeah, you've been rounding down for everyone, so.
Yeah, 14.
You took basically the same as me, and mine was just a hotter blast. What the heck?
Yes. Yes.
I'm short and stocky, maybe it just got my face.
As,
Someone, I'm glad I got that amulet of health that brought my HP from like 70 to 103.
Well, some of us don't have that level of HP.
Oh,
Dude,
please,
it's
my
gonna be the meat
HP.
shield
I have
for
a
you.
12. I have a 12 armor class, and my max HP is 59.
Yeah.
Please don't hit me ever.
Yeah, we're very squishy over here.
as the heat in this chamber amplifies even more, even with your heat resistance, it is nearly unbearable
Just sweat.
to stay here. And like quite literally, Cricket, as you sweat, it instantly evaporates. Like you feel the sweat and then it's gone.
At least it's a dry heat.
A very dry heat.
Or if we start throwing up, it'd be a dry heave.
Vantalord, Raja, and Rihu, you recognize this particular area. But it doesn't seem right. You remember this being just instinctually walking in. This was the end. This was the T in the road. It went left, it went right. Something has changed. Raja, you continue to move up, as you had mentioned, to that wall. As the rest of you clear out of the way of those traps in the floor, those pressure plates. Raja, where you're standing, feel a shift in temperature. It is cold. Even as you slip your hand just between that crevice into that archway into the next area, you feel a drastic drop in temperature. as it becomes bone-chilling cold to your hands. And that is where we will take a break.
Can
Yes.
I use the nature's recovery from the staff to try and heal myself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
I just realized this entire time I was reading it earlier that I have a spell that I have a feature that if I stabilize somebody with Spare the Dying, I also take healing.
Oh,
And I didn't know that this entire time.
that is nifty. That's a good thing to know.
Every time I use Spare the Dying, I get hit points back.
Oh my
if
goodness.
I'm damaged at all.
And I got 10 hit points back from that.
Nice. Let's go with...
Stands third in his line, paladin legacy with stories that shine. His father and his grandfather served the same king. Now he seeks his path, what will it bring? He fights with holy might, protecting his friends in the darkest night. Healing and shielding, striking with Apsu's light. From zombies to mimics, he ends their right. In battles he fights with holy might, protecting his friends in the darkest night. Healing and shielding, striking with Apsu's light. From zombies to mimics, he ends their blight. Torn between choices, good and evil's face, seeking the right path in this endless race. Dreams that haunt, power's tempting call, guided by faith he stands tall. Father Samuel's wisdom, cleric of Woodsage, guiding his steps away from the edge. Tormented by visions, taunted by night, he finds his strength in holy light. Contracts broken, more in Duke's fall. Vantalor's fury answers the call. Understanding tactics, battle's cruel game, protecting his comrades, earning his name. Dreams of a griffin soaring the skies, toe to toe with Throneclaw, courage in his eyes. Soul nearly taken, vile creatures strike, fought Malachi, Darkwood and darkness alike. Torn between choices, good and evil's face, seeking the right path in this endless race. Dreams that haunt, power's tempting call, guided by faith he stands tall. Father Samuel's wisdom, cleric of Woodsage, guiding his steps away from the edge. Tormented by visions, taunted by night, he finds his strength in holy light. In the heat of combat, with fury he fights, shielding his friends in the darkest nights. Paladin of honor with Apsu's grace, Vantalor's journey, finding his place. Heat of combat, with fury he fights, shielding his friends in the darkest nights. Paladin of honor with Apsu's grace, Vantalor's journey, finding his place. Stands third in his line, paladin legacy with stories that shine. His father and his grandfather served the same king. Now he seeks his path, what will it bring? He fights with holy might, might, protecting his friends in the darkest night, healing and shielding, striking with absolute light. From zombies to mimics, he ends their light.
So I'm curious, Katie.
Holy might, protecting his friends in the darkest night,
Yes.
What do you think of it so far?
absolute light.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Mimics, he ends
Yeah. I'm curious,
choices, good and
like, how this happened, you know?
Hmm.
Like a whole world having a different terrain is crazy.
by faith he stands tall.
I only put like 300 hours into this dungeon.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I will say, having dabbled a little bit in Tailspire for like a one shot that I ran, I am always so impressed by your maps. They're so elaborate.
I think it wasn't 300, but it was definitely some time.
Do
But-
you ever use something as like a base?
Yeah. So like this one, this literally was Dovix Pass that I previously built. But
And then you just edited it?
yeah.
I noticed the outside of Arcane Vault,
Okay.
or whatever it was called, the like fancy store,
Yep.
looked very similar to, and maybe it's because there's not that many like exterior options for like fancy buildings, but the one shot that I did was like at a museum, and it was very similar like design style. As soon as I saw it, I was like, hey, that looks familiar.
So for that, I pulled a board, something that another creator had already made. I pulled that
Yeah.
board, and I was like, well, yeah, this place looks fancy on the inside.
Maybe we used the same board, because mine was like, yeah, I pulled somebody else's
Yep.
and then tweaked.
Very possible. That definitely helps sometimes too.
Yeah.
Like just the community that's in Tailspire there is so much content.
I will say I've been watching Arcane. I don't know if anybody else here watches Arcane or has been watching it, but the pink glowing is like so fun because it makes me feel like it's very Jinx vibes. I feel like
This year?
if anybody, maybe Taylor knows it. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Taylor, do you watch Arcane?
So someone literally just asked me this earlier today, and I watched one episode and I did not like the first. I have to give it another chance because I was at a much different point in my life, and I remember being like very stressed when I watched it.
Yes. First of all, I feel like you would totally love it, and you should watch and I would say for anybody, if you're ever gonna watch it, watch the first 3 episodes and then make your opinion, because it's it's like a little arc, like it's like 3 arcs. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
It's funny. I look as if I can tell. Obviously, I can't actually look down because I was trying to see what he had. It looks like an apple, though.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, a little bit. I do.
I have
I
grapes and an apple. And
It
a
is an
knife.
apple.
So I have tahini, and then I have some chips.
You put tahini on your apple?
yeah, that's what it's for.
Oh my god. Tahini on everything. Tahini on chicken. Tahini on watermelon. Tahini on pineapple.
Watermelon's
It's
really good.
so good. Ooh.
All right. Well, I don't know how to use tahini in a joke to get us back to that point, so I won't do that to us. But I will say that I really like the way that the sky looks in this view.
You know what? The sentiment was there too, so we're just gonna accept it as it is.
Yeah. You know, I can't do everything. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and come back. As the heat rages in this area, those...
Is it tahini degrees?
I mean, almost got it. Almost got it. A little bit.
What
low.
did you say? Is it
Tahini rages in the
Some of them are a stretch. Some of them
Oh
are.
yeah. I had to try though.
There was
You
no
tried to figure out
spice
how
in
to
that
break
joke at
tahini.
all.
That was good.
That was better. Yep. I tried.
The heat immense in this space those vents just erupting just now as a couple of them were set off. They are but mere feet behind you. It wouldn't be hard to step back and back onto them. Raja, you stand at the precipice at the entryway to a new area, seeing that the former area where it would go left and right seems to have been closed off in some capacity. A memory floods the three of you, remembering that there was actually a loud explosion, the thunderstorm stone that went off in this area as you guys had previously pushed right into the other chambers. How do you all proceed?
Slowly, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not trying to, but I'd like to sneak around the corner to, like, see into the next room.
Yeah.
All right.
I think if we can try and move quietly, that's best.
All right. As you all have recently left combat and are entering into a new space, go ahead and roll a new stealth check.
That's with that plus 10, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
That-
Yeah.
Oh, we do still have the plus 10.
37.
37.
24.
Oh my god, is this a joke? 18.
Oh, wait a second. I got disadvantage on stealth. I gotta roll a second one.
26.
What was yours, Vantalord?
18.
18.
And that was
I
with
think
my
there's
disadvantage.
2 18s, a 26, a 34,
11.
11.
You
Well,
rolled a. Did you really roll what I thought you just rolled?
I rolled a 2.
It should have been plus. Oh, that's right. You're
Plus 2, plus 10, minus 3.
Oh no.
Subtracted a lot of minuses for these days of flying.
We need to get you to Betty Bye soon.
Yeah.
you feel
Tired.
the
Put her in
exhaustion.
just put her in the bag of holding. Let her sleep.
Yep.
and you feel
carry
it,
her.
Cricket. It is adding up. As your step
I'm good. I'm just letting the adrenaline, like, I'm like, it's okay, we can keep going.
quickly between Vantalord and Rihu, they stabilize you in your moment of exhaustion. Basically the group was quiet enough in general that you are good to go. As each of you
Just falling asleep on top of whoever's in front of her in line.
I can't even make a joke. Nope.
as you enter into the next room, each of you feel this unnatural cold in the way that it was semi-normal for Raja in the previous area. Jubilee, you have a little bit of that here. It is not fully your desired environment, but it isn't unfamiliar to you either. It is that
Feels
bone
like the
chilling.
cold kiss of death.
It is that feeling, and it strikes you to the core, each one of you. There's moments where you even wonder if the coldness of some areas is beyond unnatural, whatever that could actually mean. It seems harmful in its essence. The room itself is a wider, well, it kind of choked down and widened back out. You see these, what looks like some essence of that blue flaming light that is glowing in this area. This reminiscence of this necrotic energy. Raja, you see that there is a passageway to the left at the end, and right next to you that there's a passageway to the right.
Is that a chest right in front of us?
Over here. Over here.
Of course, it's the first thing you notice.
Of course.
There is no chest. These are a statue of. They look like pillars with skulls and horns on them.
This was like the most, I don't know. Like, if I could ever get any sense that Raja is just gonna like walk into a mimic one day, that he's like, I'm not gonna check anything. Is that a chest? Can I open that? Is there gold in it?
I did run into a mimic, I thought.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. That is not
You
a
miss
chest.
100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly. Raised him right. That is not a chest. It's just a big pillar, along with these skull pillars that are emitting this light.
To be honest, Dad, if Raja was me, he'd raise me a terrible way. He's so greedy. What a greedy guy. I think I'm gonna go straight, but I'm gonna watch the other passages.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we see anything in here, or is it just quiet?
It is quiet. The quietness of this room, I mean, to say it's quiet is actually wrong to say. There's a hollow hum that sets in. Not necessarily whispers, but it's that just there's a part of each of your brains that almost like it shuts off. It's like it's so cold it's hard to concentrate. It's knowing that death isn't around you, you're in death. Raja, as you move forward, again, you see this passageway to your right, and you can look down it. And as you do, you see that it leads into another chamber that is highly lit. Again, that room is illuminated with the same blue and green light that you already experienced. This aura of this aura that you've seen that illuminates the room. There does look to be a large circular item on the ground in that room. And even as you move a bit more forward, you see that there's another entryway over here. So immediately after, if you go down this hall, this corridor, there looks to be an entryway to the right, and the illuminated room down further. When you get to the end of this corridor, and you look left, it looks to be a long pathway, almost like a stone pathway carved into the stone. So walls on both sides, it looks to be a tight squeeze, but one that leads off another way, but it also is fairly lit up.
Raja will go to the right and pay attention to whatever's ahead, but mainly be focused on that right passageway.
Okay. And
within the right passageway, like
yep.
that.
Yeah, the immediate right. Yep. What about the rest of you?
I guess I'll look down the hall to the left, especially if I see Raja going to the right, just to see if there's anything that I can, like, that might be, we should go down that way instead.
Okay.
This may be the most bizarre, actually that's not true. I'd say that this might be the most bizarre question I ever ask in game, but it definitely won't be. Is there a way that I can get close enough to the opening where I can potentially like gauge how thick the stone is? Like how thick the you know what I'm saying? Like the thickness of like the doorway before you step in.
Right. Do you mean over by where Cricket is? The corridor to the left? Or to the right?
left and or the right.
Okay.
All of the above.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. 18.
18. Okay. Over to the right, it's actually where Raja is. It's actually more difficult because it's more just the stone has been carved to the ceiling, or it's been this whole corridor is artificially made in here. Same to the left. The corridor you're in currently, it's about 25 feet tall. As you move in to the pathway, there's also carved stone that way, a hallway made that way. It almost looks like wherever you go, it's as thick as they've made it, if that makes sense.
So I ask because I have a feature called Ghostly Gaze where I can see through walls up to 30 feet. So I'm trying to gauge if I can see through the wall without stepping in.
Yep. So these particular entry points don't have a door. It's just a carved hallway. So imagine you're walking through your house. You're not going to know how thick that wall is until you get on the inside of the next room. You might have an idea. It looks like the path that is carved where Cricket is and Raja. It's hard to know because it doesn't just open up into a room.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I hope I'm explaining that well.
No, it does make sense. Yeah.
Like you can see on the image here, right? Imagine all this is filled in. Like you don't know how thick that wall is going to be. You could try it and find out if it works. You know it's less than 30 feet.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to do it because it's once per short rest, not once per long rest. So let's just use it and see what happens.
Okay.
Am I about to see through walls? We're about to find out.
And how long?
If it's dark on the other side, I am able to see as if I had dark vision, and it lasts for a minute.
And it lasts for a minute. Okay. So so what is your attempt? What are you trying to? Are you looking in one area, or what is your attempt?
I was gonna try to check like the left and the right where Raja and Cricket are to see if I can gauge like which way is safer based on what's on the other side of the wall before we like actually make moves to go in anywhere.
Okay, so make sure that I'm explaining this well. Where Cricket's at, it's this pathway. So you guys can actually see down the pathway until you see a bend in it, and it's well lit up the entire way. So you would see that even before you cast this.
Okay.
That you can see down this passageway to the left. It does eventually bend, but there's nothing obscuring your vision there.
Okay.
So if you're wanting to use this more along the lines of where Raja is, that looking through the walls where he's at, because there's actual obstructions, is that that's what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because really what I want to do is see which way is safer, that like if we walk in, there's not immediately some kind of enemy on the opposite side of the wall, just be like round a corner or something like that.
And are you able to see like the actual items on the other side, whether they be humanoids or objects? Or what does it give you?
Once per short rest, as an action, you gain the ability to see through solid objects with dark vision to a range of 30 feet for 1 minute.
All right. Okay. I won't read too far into that. So you take a look. Knowing that the entryway is right there, not wanting to expose yourself, you do take a look through this wall over here, and you're able to move in this area fairly quickly. And this wall, you get back here, it's about 20 feet. $10.
Oh, so I can see through it.
So this portion, and you're able to gauge it a bit. So you are able to look through here, and you see on the ground just a pile of skeletons. You're even able to clearly see to the other side of the room, and then eventually your vision goes dark. You know that your vision stopped in a wall.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, so if we go this way, there are like a billion dead bodies. A billion might be an exaggeration, but there are a lot, like a lot.
You see a few objects in here, especially with the light that is in here. It's not straight darkness. That you do see that there's light illuminating in the room. As you move down quickly, you do see that there's either, it's kind of hard with gray tones. These are either boulders or eggs. They kind of have that shape to them, so it's somewhat difficult in the gray tones. You do see a lot of skeletons. And then as you move up, it cuts out. The wall gets too thick as you move up this way. You do see the corridor itself that Raja would be able to, or anyone would be able to go down. Are you trying to push? You said it lasts a minute or 30 seconds?
A minute.
Do you want to keep pushing up the corridor to the next area? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
So as you push up this way, the wall is dramatically thinner. It's about 5 feet thick here. So your vision, still going 30 feet, you see a box of sorts in here.
Okay.
Some kind of wooden box, or a crate or something of that shape. Again, this area is illuminated, and you see more of those either boulders, maybe it's a dispensary where they're just stockpiling the stuff they're digging, or perhaps it's more of those eggs you saw on the outside. And then your vision cuts out.
Oh, it's gone. Okay, so if we go this way, there's like 87 billion bodies in like a pile. And also what looks like either really big rocks or like a chicken on steroids laid a lot of eggs, like a lot. I don't know if it's rocks. I don't know if it's eggs. And then in this other spot, there is a lot more egg rocks and a box, like a big crate. So I'm sure Raja wants to go in the room that has the big crate in it.
That wouldn't shout me.
And that's what you're looking at, Raja. And any of you that pass this corridor, this is what it looks like down there.
When you say they look like stones or eggs,
It's hard to tell because I can only see in like black and white, so it's like shape of an egg, but hard to tell.
Oh, okay.
They're all different sizes.
Were they like the size of like the Satari eggs? Like big eggs or like little eggs?
No, they're
They're big.
They're not a chicken.
Not a chicken. Got it. Okay. Like an ostrich.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't love the idea of going to a place where there's 87 billion bodies.
The only problem is both have the same looking eggs. I don't know why one has bodies in it and one does not, but they both have the same. Maybe a bunch of rocks fell on all these people.
Maybe you couldn't see the bodies in the other one.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see that far. I can only see a little bit. So should we do the one with the crate and then see what's in the crate and hope that
we go to the left where there's no bodies or eggs.
That is also true. Go where there's actually no danger.
Just a thought.
I mean, from my experience, avoiding these darn eggs is the best play.
But what's in the crate?
Listen, we can come back for the crate when all this is over. The crate's not going anywhere, probably.
She said probably.
I don't know, man.
Turn around, come back, everything's gone.
I just don't know that I want to be in the room with a bunch of eggs that might hatch. And I mean, I think we'll have to deal with them at some point, but I'd rather figure out the lay of this like area here and where the ritual might happen and all those things before we get stuck in battle with a bunch of eggs.
I really feel like if I ever told what we do all day, if I said that we were in battle with a bunch of eggs, like, who would believe us? Who would believe that?
All the people in Northern Lights would.
That is very true.
It wouldn't be an excellent conversation.
I agree, though. Let's go where there's the least danger and then come back.
The
Track
only
off
thing
back.
I would love some clarity on, Rory, is you said there was down at the end of the hall that Raja originally looked down to the right. There was like a big open chamber
Correct.
with a circle on the floor.
Yes. It's hard to see in this view, but yes, there's some kind of circle on the ground. You see those same pillars with the illuminating light. This room, a blend of this green and blue aura, and it looks like you can see without, unless you go deeper, then you could likely see it a lot easier. But where you're at, you can just see kind of one part of what looks like a curve. Deduction, it looks like there's some kind of circle object on the ground. If you go deeper, you could definitely see it a lot easier.
Circle objects on the ground are never any good.
Right, that's what I'm thinking too.
I'm thinking, I look at them like, circle objects on the ground are not very good. Now, why don't we go down that way? Because that's probably where a mat's probably going to be. Or maybe that's where that ritual's going to be with that awesome key in our bag of holding.
Wait, say that again? You're saying you want to go towards the circle?
Yep. If we're trying to get rid of a mat before she turns into a lich, if she has some sort of spell, an incantation, or arcana written onto the floor as part of the ritual, don't we want to break that?
I feel like we're still... I don't know how big this place is. Like, when you were here before, is this like a really big cave system, like mine system?
Oh, we're already like, this room wasn't here last time we were here. Like, this has been added in the last 30 days. All of this.
All of this?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yep.
It was just like a tiny cave or something before?
Yeah.
It wasn't that big of a cave. Yeah.
We're already in unknown territory.
Rory, with them saying that, I guess, does this look new or just maybe uncovered? Like, does this look like, you know, like, I feel like if it was just uncovered, it would be like dust everywhere or things like that, and maybe it was just blocked in for a long time? Or is it like fresh, like it looks, I don't know. Do you know what I mean when what I'm trying to ask?
Yeah.
Like, they didn't know it was here, but it was here.
What I'll tell you, and then the three of them can kick in whatever they want, is that the walls look like they are blackened, as if burned from within. There is a very thick smell of decay, as mentioned. And
87 billion bodies.
And the bodies on the floor.
And that I was trying to avoid the squirrel there. So the walls look burned and scorched from within the stone, with those burn marks even across it. It looks, in some essence, very smooth, and in other parts of the wall, very rough and jagged. And even if you go to feel it, it feels rather sharp, almost obsidian-like. Not obsidian, but sharp like that. So largely, you would be able to, especially be in tune with nature, largely be able to deduce that it's new based on what you're being told. Parts of it look really old, but you also understand how fire and that can affect the aging of things. So that's what you see,
Right.
and then whatever the three of you want to input into that.
Well, and I doubt it would have just been uncovered because we burned the cave out the last time we were here.
Yeah.
Well, it sort of seems like that maybe more of this was burned to create this chamber and all these passages now. I just wonder, especially if it's new, then it seems like Amat will probably hide deeper, like whatever she's doing. We're still fairly close to like the entrance here. I mean, it's not like we're like right next to it, but I don't know. I just wonder if it feels like it should be more hidden, which is, you know, if we're looking for her ritual area. But I don't know anything about rituals, so honestly,
In a moment, each of you feel a shiver down your spine. Noticeably, each of you just, hairs are up on the back of your neck.
There's spooky stuff in here.
Jubilee,
Uh-oh.
something's behind you.
I hate it. I hate that. Like I can feel it.
Yep.
Hey, is there something behind me?
I don't see
Because
anything.
I really don't want to turn around and look.
You see nothing, Cricket.
No,
I am going
don't see-
to very uncomfortably put my hand up and like try to caress whatever is behind me. Can I out uncomfortable this thing behind me?
You feel nothing.
Oh, it just feels spooky. Okay, great. Love that for us. That's great.
Well, maybe we just sneak down this hallway real quick, see what's around the bend before we decide to go into the room with the bodies and the eggs in the circle.
Can Raj
Can I
go over
detect
to
magic?
Jubilee real quick?
Raja to Jubilee.
And is there any sensing going on? Like, is there anything behind her?
You don't sense anything. You're talking about with your blind sense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because, like, if someone was invisible behind her, it could have
Correct.
just turned sideways.
Jubilee's just going crazy. Oh, you know what? Invisible. Hey, great thinking. Hold on, I'm gonna put on the ring of invisibility. I'm just gonna go check this hallway real quick.
All right. Cricket goes
And I'm gonna try
invisible.
Yeah. I'm still here, Raja. Oh my god, before I leave, actually though, while I'm invisible, I'm gonna tap Jubilee on the back.
Go ahead, roll your stealth and add your pass without a trace.
With triple advantage.
24.
24. Jubilee, you feel behind you. Raja comes over. Raja, you decide what you're gonna do. You can clearly tell that Cricket's there. With your blind sense, you know where she's at. But Jubilee, you feel and you get this. Everyone has this feeling, and you check it, and it's just not sitting right. Raja tells you, "Yep, No one's there. Cricket goes invisible and goes to head down the tunnel. You see her heading down the tunnel, and then you feel it again. A soft caress comes across your neck and gives a little tug to your hair.
Jubilee will just instinctively backhand as hard as she can.
Hey! I was just messing with you. Okay, I'm really going this time.
You see as the
Jubilee just puts her arms out and starts spinning in circles. And if she hits anything, then she hits something. She's just helicoptering around.
As I see this, I look at it and go, that's what you get for when people tried pantsing me the other morning.
paying close attention, you do actually slightly. It's hard. It is hard, but you hear Cricket start to actually go down the hallway. Cricket, as you move down this hallway, you know that you played a joke on Jubilee. These stones do not look right, though.
In what way?
And as you continue to walk down, that feeling like you're desecrating a graveyard, like you're walking on tombs, on the graves and the burials of hundreds of people. As you keep walking down this hallway, dimly lit.
Yeah, what do I see? I'm not gonna go too far away, then I'm like on my own in the middle of nowhere.
What you see where you're at is there's a bend. So far, you have moved about 45 feet away from the rest. There's been a slight bend. You currently don't see any of them. There's a bend in front of you that you can't see past. And that uneasy feeling, that feeling like there's something. Wait, roll a perception check.
This sounds bad.
$16.
It's a scratching. To give you a relatable story, hopefully, do you know Edgar Allan Poe?
Yes.
The woman who's trapped in the coffin, scratching to get out?
Oh.
You hear the scratching. Scratching
And I'm going
beneath
down,
your
it looks
feet.
like- it looks like these are like descending, kind of. It's like going down.
When suddenly a coffin
I'm walking on coffins? Ah!
You hear this scream. Everyone else, you hear this scream. As Cricket, you are invisible. In this moment, you are there. As you see this lid slide. Everyone else.
There's dead people! There's dead people!
I feel like as soon as she'd scream, I'd probably run over.
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously to hear a group member scream, gonna go to that location.
But
Vantalord,
honestly,
Jubilee.
probably gonna run into her.
No, I'm gonna chase the noise if I know that Cricket's there.
Well, yeah, I'm at least gonna try to chase the noise, even though I don't know where Cricket's at.
Okay.
I'm hoping that as she's yelling, I can at least stumble into her, because I'm sure if I run fast enough or hard enough, I'm gonna hit her.
Well,
Actually,
do they see the coffin lid moving?
Right now,
I would sense her.
right now, no one has moved. It is everything is slowed. You scream, the lid is moving. The lid's moving. They're reacting to your scream. They can't see, literally they can't see you, but also you are around a bend. You can't see
Right.
them. They don't know how far you've gone, just that you've gone. So they are all starting to move. You don't know this, but they're all starting to move towards you. Cricket, what are you doing?
Ooh.
Because I can tell you what's about to happen.
Yeah.
As a skeletal hand reaches up.
I can tell. I'm casting Thunderwave.
Okay.
Yep.
What is Thunderwave?
Oh, and we got outside of 30 feet of her, which means that we probably no longer have stealth on us.
That's true.
Just so you guys know.
You can still stealth. As soon as you get into the 30-foot radius, though,
Okay.
technically it would start again. Yeah. I don't think I'm stealthing very much if I'm casting Thunderwave. I'm gonna cast it at, I'll cast it on just first level.
Okay.
So just a wave of thunderous force sweeps out around me in a 15-foot cube. So 5 feet on either side of me, all around me. Essentially, like all the squares around me.
Yep, all 9 squares.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, they have any creature needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I'll get back to that. I don't know what just happened with that. Okay. So
Constitution saving throw.
Ooh. It's a 9.
That fails.
Okay.
Is that the only one? If there were any other creatures in that radius, they would also have to.
Correct. You are unsure.
Okay. And then if they fail, that is 6 thunder damage.
Okay.
And 6 plus 6, 2d8. 12 thunder damage.
Okay.
And push 10 feet away from me. I don't know how feasible that is because they're in a box in the ground.
Yep.
But it was sort of like,
Berries
you
and
know,
deeper.
an instinctual, like, get away from me. It's like there's hands reaching towards me.
Oh, so you go to cast Thunderwave. This just echoes, just reverberates all down this corridor, both directions. The hand that was just reaching towards your ankle, Cricket, the long, bony, skinny fingers, just inches away, flies back, almost largely becoming a dust itself as this force just impacts it, breaking the forearm off at the base of at the top of the coffin, and you don't see any more movement in the immediate moment. You do quickly start to hear, though, as the other individuals start to head down, and you start to see them rushing towards where they think you are. Okay. You guys see as Cricket becomes visible once again.
What's going on?
I think these are coffins on the ground.
The whole ground is coffins?
A hand just reached out from the ground, and I sort of panicked. I'm gonna point. I definitely stepped off of that coffin lid when it moved, so I'm like either one below or above it, and I pointed out to her.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that a lot.
Why would you hate that? You're like you got that Raven Queen thing going on.
That doesn't mean that I want to be grabbed by a dead body.
Oh wait, you just want to be the ones that get the things out of the dead body. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I don't
Wait a
like
second.
surprise like that.
Okay, as she says that, I'm like, wait a second. Raven Queen, this body's still dead. Does it have a soul that you still have to capture?
Yes? Oh, well, maybe. Can I go check?
Sure.
Might as well check the other coffins while you're at it.
I don't think we should open them up.
Eh.
Well, I'm gonna go check what's happening with these dead bodies.
I'm gonna stay close to her just in case.
Okay.
You know, I'm trying to be the meat shield, so.
So Vantalode, you're right behind her.
Yep.
Jubilee, you focus in a little bit, You don't have any resonance of a soul.
Oh man, it's just dead.
It would.
Just undead moving.
Yep. It seems like it's just the imbuing of the undead power.
Can I Eldritch Blast into the coffin?
I mean, you can, yes.
Well, I don't want it to be. I don't like undead.
Okay.
Now you know how I feel about those eggs.
That's a 14 and a 24.
They both hit.
Okay, that's 9. That's 14 points of force damage.
As your both blasts go in, and the lid actually tips over, flips upside down, fully exposing this. The bones that were on the inside are just obliterated into just absolute nothing now. It is bone powder all over the place.
I love it.
I did cast a thunder wave on it too. We're just grinding it into bone dust. I'm just saying, this feels more ominous. So I feel like we should keep going, as much as I don't want to keep walking on coffins.
Yep. Yep.
What about the other two of you? Are you wanting to head in the same direction, or the other direction, or a different direction?
Same direction. Probably won't be good to split up right now.
Yeah, I would rather not, because this just feels wrong walking on coffins, but yes, I will follow begrudgingly, because I don't believe splitting up would be a good idea here. either.
Jubilee, can't you walk on the walls?
I can do that. I'll walk on the wall. I forgot I could do that.
So you don't have to walk on the coffin.
Well, I don't really mind stepping on the coffins, but that's okay. I'll walk on the walls.
As I'm walking on the coffins, do I feel anything as this, in my weird paladin state? Kind of going against my own, but also
Do you
having
cast
an
like
AD?
good and evil, or are you just seeing if you sense anything?
I'm just internally, because Bantlord's gone that Oathbreaker paladin. If I was regular paladin, would it feel weird walking on someone's grave versus if I'm Oathbreaker paladin? That's what I'm asking.
If you know, I don't know if I'm answering this right. You know that you would never do this.
Okay.
You would never walk on graves. Like, that is dishonor to the person. It is disrespectful and dishonor to the person buried, no matter who they are. You would not walk on that. So to the level of conflict you have on that, you can go ahead and play that out, but typically, as a paladin, you would not be cool with this. You also wouldn't be cool with the fact they were used to make pathways.
That is true. Okay.
Okay?
I think that gives me what I need. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead as you all are walking down this area. It has not been an hour yet at this point. Go ahead and are any of you doing anything in particular? Are you looking for something? Are you walking quietly? Are you like, what are the things that y'all are doing as you're walking this path?
I got my magic boots that you can't
Oh.
hear my footsteps.
I got magic boots.
Hot dang, that
I
makes
do.
you extra quiet too.
Boots are made for walking.
Heck yeah.
And that's just what they'll do.
Anything that any of the rest of you are doing?
I'm just intently staring at every coffin lid as I'm walking on it,
Okay.
in case it even moves an inch, because I'm just like, I will not be caught off guard again.
All right.
Roger's just kind of following.
Okay. All right. As you are walking, Cricket, you mentioned that you're looking at the coffins, watching for them to be moving, and being that you're paying that attention to looking for something, go ahead and roll a perception check.
12.
Okay. It's not hard because you are looking at the coffins. You start to see what originally just looked like maybe some decorative pattern, and you try to just pacify that, but that doesn't sit right. Why would there just be... Clearly there's not a care for the people. And you see it repeat on every coffin, and it looks like a phrase, but I don't believe you can speak this language. What languages can you speak?
Common, Druidic, Gnomish, Halfling, and Sylvan.
You cannot speak this language. It looks faintly familiar. You've seen it before, but you don't know it.
I'll point it out to the rest of the group. Like, I think there's something written on all of these coffins, but I can't read it.
For the rest of you, because I know at least one of you can speak this, but I don't know if others can, it is in Orcish.
It's written on it.
It's written on every one of these coffins.
I have Eyes of the Runekeeper. I can read it.
Okay. So you can just naturally read it without doing anything, right?
Yep.
Okay, so both you and Raja can read this. Can anyone else either read a different language or speak Orcish? Okay. So both Raja and Jubilee, you know that this says, bound to the dark for eternity.
Oh. Well, it sounds like they maybe did something bad to their souls, or they took them, or they did something bad to them. They're bound to something somewhere.
I wonder if this has something to do with her ritual, because doesn't she need a bunch of souls?
Well, yeah, probably, yeah.
So maybe these are like people who... I wonder if these people willingly gave up their souls for her. This is so creepy. I hate this.
It's really creepy.
It is very creepy.
I say we just move on.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, if they gave their souls willingly, or maybe unwillingly, not like I know anything about that accidentally.
This is just like a lot of people. And
Well, she
like,
did need like 675,000 souls or something like that.
right, but like, these are all buried. It's like way more ritualistic than just a bunch of bodies that were, you know, food for the Satari. This feels like purposeful. Is that a path that we see off to the right?
It is. As you continue to move, by this point, you have moved down well, Vantalord, you would know that you've dropped in elevation about 200 feet. As you have walked down this path, it was long and steep. So the distance you've covered has been even longer because it's not straight down, right? So you have actually been walking now for, let's call it 5 minutes before you finally get to this point, and it's at a decent decline. And so you've dropped now about 200 feet from the ground level. It is still extremely chilling until you get to about this point. And then you're starting to feel some radiation of heat start to happen, as well as you hear some noise in the background, kind of like a flowing or a bubbling type of sound.
I don't like it.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna move to the front of the group with my hand on my sword, just ready as we come around this corner.
Right. Vantalord, as you reach this area, let's see if what you see over here. Toot. No. There we go. That's frustrating. And over here.
Isn't it the green one that you want to pull down?
No.
Oh, alright.
No, I have hidden.
I'm just making sure.
Oh my goodness, it keeps doing that.
Sleeping lizards. Julie's just like, this man's weird.
Okay. So as you look down this entry to the right, you see a broken path. It looks like there's some of it still in place, but it looks to be fairly large gaps between that, with a chasm of, or a cavern of lava below it. And then it looks to have an exit on the other end. If you look to the left from where you're at, well, from where you're at, you can't quite see yet.
Just FYI, the map is not streaming.
That's right.
Oh, shame on you, tis tis. Slap you on the wrist, take away your birthday.
I had to reboot Tailspire, so I forgot to switch it back. So yes, you can't see to the left just yet from that spot, but to the right you do see that there is a broken path over a large pool of lava.
How wide is the gap?
Do you go up there to also check it out?
I mean,
I'll check it out and relay it to her, just so that way the team knows. Because if I'm kind of taking a point, I at least want to, again, bring up that, you know, that paladin, like, you know, going into soldier type environments, being able to relay information.
Yep. So you look there, and it looks to be approximately 20 feet to the next. Oh, yep. Pretty close to 20 feet to the first one. Hard to tell for the next one, but it looks to be the same or slightly larger for the second one, for the second gap. Downwards, you'd guess 15 feet to the top of the lava.
I don't love that. Well, what do we think? We try and cross here or keep going down?
I would say we probably need to keep going down.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, going down seems like the best option here.
If we needed to cross, just an idea, but Jubilee is currently walking on the walls.
I can come off the walls at any time.
No, but she could walk on the wall with like a rope
Spider
across.
monkey.
Yeah, if we needed to cross that, or if at any point we need to cross something, Jubilee could carry a rope across potentially.
Yeah.
I guess
But
my
yeah.
concern is if we go across and there's something bad over there that we need to get away from, it's going to be very hard to backtrack.
Yeah.
I say we keep going to the left, guys.
All right, keep going down.
Down.
It's not to the river to pray.
No, it's not. But that is where we will go ahead and end tonight's session.
I'm scared.
This is so creepy.
Could
it's
be
a-
fine. Could totally not be fine.
I don't think it can be fine.
Question for Rory: how long have we been in the cave roughly?
we'll go with, at this point, we'll call it an hour.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Go.
So let's go ahead and let's end it there. We'll do the stars and wishes, but before we do, just real quick, what for each, just like a sentence or two for each of your characters, where are they at in this moment after they've gone this far? Whoever wants to go.
I think Jubilee's probably just excited to have a group that has stuck with her for this long, despite how wild she is, and also, she's surprisingly calm. I think, like the world could end, but it seems like it's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
Internally, I'm in turmoil. Think again, coming up to the previous question, Vantalord knows walking on coffins shouldn't be done. But on the flip side, got this strange feeling of wanting strength and conquest, and I don't care. But I'm also kind of intrigued by the smites that I did on our fire elemental. Was expecting thunder, but instead just got necrotic. So that was, to Vantalord, that's kind of shocking.
Right.
I think Rihu right now is I'm somewhat calmed and on mission, because it feels like the first time we've come back to a place that's somewhat, at least, we know it. It's an area of familiarity, but then also that it feels like it's the first time we're kind of on the attack rather than we're kind of reacting. So like we're actually, it feels like we know there's a task to do.
Yeah, I'd say Crickets feels kind of the same, where, like, because we have a purpose, it's a little bit easier to make decisions about things, because, I mean, even though we don't know for sure where all these different paths go and what's happening, it feels good to know, like, we have a goal, and we're working towards the goal. And it makes it like a puzzle that she can solve, kind of.
All right.
Versus, being. But it is also very creepy, and I think the fact that, like, so many things feel so unnatural for so many different ways, right? One, walking on coffins, but also like, why is there just lava in the middle of this place where there wasn't before? And also just the temperature changes, like, it also feels like very unnatural.
Raja.
I think Raja is more so bothered by the temperature, because now it's really cold. So I think that's Raja's main focus in his mind right now. But other than that, I think he's not surprised in the fact that all this is a new environment. Like, he's fairly used to this kind of environment of heat and dried and dead stuff, like burnt. So it's not necessarily a new environment, just the fact that the environment is here, I think, is the more surprising aspect. And to see a fire elemental is probably quite surprising to him. I don't know if he's ever seen one before, but
Yes, for sure. He would have.
I'd guess so.
Yep. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move into stars and wishes. Again, whoever wants to go ahead, and what's your star? Who gets the star and what's your wish?
I'm giving my star to Cricket. I still love the whole putting on the ring of visibility, bringing back some jokes. That I love it.
Jubilee and you are rubbing off on her.
Yep, that's fantastic. Well, they say the 5 closest people that you hang out with is who you become. Sorry about your luck. Wish, I'm just enjoying this. I really don't have a wish. I'm just having fun.
Whoever wants to go next.
I'm gonna throw my star to Raja for kind of thinking outside the box when we were fighting the fire elemental to get us all doused from our fire that was burning us. That was pretty clutch for saving some damage across the whole group. And then Wish, honestly, just yeah, this is fun. I like the dungeon crawl kind of feel to this right now, and yeah, let's just hope we don't die in here. That's about it.
Oh, by the way, I do have a. Where's it at? I have a sound for that.
A sound for all of us dying?
I don't know why I can't find it. It's called PC Death. So yes, I do. But go ahead, next one.
I think my star would go to probably Vantalord for really just taking the charge, being willing to be the meat shield for everything, even though he's got his own inner turmoils and like all in all in the big picture, kind of bigger things to be focused on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of is determining whether he stays a paladin or not. But he's still willing to take up the charge and put that behind him for what until it's time to do that.
Also for crushing those eggs by hand.
Yeah. Those were 2 little monsters we didn't need to deal with. Now, hopefully, those ones in the rooms upstairs don't
Right.
have while we're upstairs.
Oh, trust me, I like Vantalor just wanted to be able to run in there and just start crushing them. Like that was what's going through my head.
Me too. I was like, if they all hatch, we're gonna have to start running.
Run, Forrest, run!
And then my wish would probably be that Matt doesn't become the Archlich. Because, yeah, if she just turns into a normal Lich, it'll probably be a hard fight for us. But if she becomes the Archlich, we kind of just like walked into a suicide deal when we could have just sailed across the world, lived our lives for a couple more weeks.
I'll give my star to Jubilee for
Aw.
her ghost sense. That was so cool, being able to see through the walls and like see what was on the other side, and know like what we were potentially walking into. That was very, very cool ability. And also for just generally raising the creepiness factor, I feel like.
It's just what I do.
And then my wish, I kind of feel the same as everybody else. Like, this is really fun. It's fun to do Dungeon Call. We got to have a combat for the first time in like 4 sessions, so that was fun. Yeah, I like that. I guess maybe if I have one wish is that we all keep getting to be able to have like purpose or use. Like, it feels like right now everybody has had cool things that they've been able to contribute, so I hope that that keeps happening.
Jubilee.
I am going to give my star to Cricket. Just generally for I always do this at the end of a session. I keep talking like just like this. I will give my star to Cricket for just generally like all of the well thought out planning and ideas. It was a hard split between Raja and Cricket today. But Cricket did a really good job of thinking everything through. As usual, usually like the
the logic comes from Cricket, and then the chaos comes from Jubilee. That girl power that we have in our group going on. The balance.
It's a good balance.
And I think that my wish is to, let's see, what do I want my wish to be today? My wish is that we catch up to a mat and have like a really cool all-out battle at the end of it to stop all of this madness. Like, even if it feels like a little bit like some kind of war, that'd be cool. Like us versus like a lot of undead would be fun. I may be jinxing us by saying this, but
we don't have a cleric in our group.
I know, but it is
Turn
always
undead.
cool to have one of those like giant epic battles. So
Big battle, lots of death.
but not the PCs.
Oh, I thought you said NPCs.
But not the NPC.
All right, awesome. If you guys take a look at your screen before we do our little end of the stream shindigs, I have been starting to put, because again, the community in Tailspire is massive. I accidentally clicked on this guy earlier during the session, so I don't know if you saw him, but little tokens in there, little things in there.
I saw that earlier when you clicked on it. I was like, is that gonna come to life and attack us?
No.
Jack Skellington is here.
So, yeah, there's a little Easter egg in there for you guys.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, you guys have started your way down this path of quite a bit of stuff. So I'm glad the feeling it seems to be getting through.
The fact that those were all coffins,
Yeah.
or all coffins because we're still standing on them, is horrifying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what is your brain made of that you decided, you know what? Yeah, a deep descending tunnel that's a terrace of coffins. Let's do that.
Now just think, do they all have skeletons in them? Do any of them have
Probably
decaying
not.
bodies, aka zombies in them?
Hopefully none
Is
of
this your mass horde big battle at the skeleton? Like, it's a skeleton ladder, right? They all get on each other's shoulders and create a bridge, skeleton bridge, right?
No, thank you.
All right. Well, Tom, if you want to go ahead and give the send off, I have the raid ready. You're muted. I should have waited longer to tell you that.
Oh, come on. That would be absolutely hilarious. If you are watching and have not followed, if you have followed and not subscribed, if you have subscribed and your subscription has lapsed, and finally, if you are currently subscribed and not part of our awesome, fantastic Discord community, where you can harass everyone, including Pat Draws, we have one question for you today.
What are you doing?
And also, Ryder, where were your jazz hands this whole time?